just collapsed and completely crumbled at the end. Credit to Egypt, and I think they're in this game as well.
Well, they're certainly in it at the start. The score is 0-0, and I think Mozambique will present more problems. They've won both of their games and really have been better than both of their opponents, although they've had some difficulties to overcome. And sometimes in tournaments like this, you all of a sudden have a dark horse, or you have a team that kind of comes out of nowhere.
Cinderella? Maybe?
Cinderella.
Yeah.
And at least after yesterday, less than 24 hours ago, Egypt probably fits that moniker or script as the team that nobody really expected to be here, especially after they fell behind a couple of times yesterday against Cameroon. They just did not quit. They never stopped believing in themselves. So Mozambique had the luxury of watching that game, and now they're going to play them. We're going to have a pause in the commentary for the playing of the national anthems of Egypt and Mozambique. Well, the good news for Mozambique appears to be that Annabella Costa is okay. She was stretchered off in their last game with a suspected injury against Cape Verde, but has come back. And there's the colorful coach, Julian Martinez, Spaniard, and wishes his opponents best of luck here before this game. So we've seen Egypt fall behind in this tournament frequently, and they keep playing. It'll be interesting to see if they do fall behind today, if they'll be able to catch up. Remember, the stakes very high. Referees from Morocco, Cote d'Ivoire, and Nigeria. That's Tahinas Buseda, Abdoulaye Kamagate, and Opeyemi Ogunyele. So the winner of this game will clinch a spot in the pre-qualifiers for the Olympics, something that Nigeria has already done. And the loser will not be eliminated from that. They will also still have a chance to get there, but they would have to win a classification game. But the winner of this game is going to advance to face the winner of Senegal-Angola. So the roster for Egypt.
Definitely, you know who my favorite is, Jeff. Number 8, Dehedi, is a star, but also they're getting great production off their bench from their young players. Also post player Fatima, Ali, and number 15.
Ranim El Gateway.
Thank you very much. She finished the game. Very strong. She was struggling in the game, but she managed to put some great possessions together.
And it's going to be Musa, Abdelalim, Dahedi, Awad, and El Gateway starts today. I'm surprised because I'm surprised she's still not in bed. The amount of energy she had to expend yesterday. You would have thought the coach might have let her sleep into the early afternoon and maybe show up for the second half. So here's Mozambique's roster.
Yeah, number 16, Tamara Seda. She's truly their biggest, strongest offensive threat. They're really struggling from their bench here. They put up 55 points versus Kenya and only 60. So they're not scoring enough offense for Egypt not to be out of this game. So they've got to generate offense from everyone across the board.
It'll be Zida, Mukauro, Donge, Pereira, and Tamara Seda in the starting five. So no Kosa in the starting five. Well, we saw Egypt's coaches kind of immediately after the win hit the hardwood and say a prayer of thanks yesterday. Ehab Alafli, the coach, on the right. We were joking that he has a lot of gray hair because his team tends to miss a lot of shots and commit unnecessary turnovers. But I guess with Coach Julian Martinez, you could say he's lost all of his hair because of some of the play, but that wouldn't be fair. It's more of the look.
Oh, Jeff, you are something else. But something to harp on there, Egypt does find themselves turning over the ball often, frequent, and at one point in the first half, Egypt had a good possession followed by a turnover. So hopefully they look after the ball here because Mozambique will capitalize on those turnovers.
عايز من الاول نجري عليهم هم ما يجروش علينا هم صراحه في الضغط دي من اول الجيم لازم نعمل الجيم
Well, Mozambique reached the podium as recently as 2013. They were second to Angola. Also were second back in 2003. And third in 1993 and in 1986 they were second. What was that oh my gosh for?
Guess who's starting today?
Dahedi. Did I read her name out? I can't even remember.
She never starts. He always brings her off the bench for that spark of energy. But hey, yeah. I guess they want to have a good start here. It's very important if they're going to make it to the next round.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's good. And
so expect razzle-dazzle from early in the game.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Dakar. It's Egypt against Mozambique in the second quarterfinal, and now we see why Soraya Dahedi starts. She comes right out, sets the tone with a made three-pointer against Mozambique. Leia Dongwe drives in. She's had some foul trouble in games and scores with ease, and that probably is more worrying that she would get to the rim like that on her first possession.
Yeah, Donge is a very strong, balls her way into the paint. Great post move. She did get in some foul trouble, but look for Mozambique to go to their post players down low because Egypt will not be able to guard them.
Green Musa drives in, and this is a short jumper in the lane. Mukauru, number 6, is out on the perimeter. And then driving in, missing was Pereira. offensive rebound by Mozambique, but they weren't able to get the putback. Seemed like Reem Musa kind of rediscovered her A form in the fourth quarter yesterday for Egypt. It's crucial for her to have a big game today, goes without saying.
Yeah, she definitely rediscovered herself because she was struggling there.
Gateway misses on her first drive. She had those 8 steals yesterday. And an early foul. So the foul is on. Well, if she gave her the shot, they would have counted the basket, right? Because
no, they called it before.
But why would she get 2 shots?
Because she didn't make the basket. It said on the floor. The foul was on the floor, meaning.
Yeah, but she wasn't in the shooting motion.
Correct.
So a little bit of confusion here, and they're going to go clarify something. And this is what the Egypt coach is saying. They're counting the basket.
Counting the basket. You are right, Jeff.
Okay. Initially, it did not look like it. So
yes, they called it on the floor.
Interesting.
Can't take it back because he's already set up for the free throw that she hits.
So 3-point play for Mozambique for Mukauro. And the foul was on the Hedi. And now the Hedi being held. Being held by, trying to make out who it is down there. So it's Elizabeth Pereira picks up the foul. He's in there for Kosa.
Yeah, she definitely knows her scout. She knows how hot.
And now the hand check and the hold called on number 5, Delma Zita. So fouls racking up here pretty quickly for Mozambique. But Egypt have had struggles at the free throw line. It remains to be seen if they would capitalize on that. Here's Musa, pulls up, short. And Songa able to get the ball back.
Doesn't seem like Mozambique is confident shooting the long 2 or the 3-pointer.
Yeah, maybe they should sag Egypt.
Yeah.
Here's Donge gets inside. And the ball knocked out of the hands of Minatala Awad. And driving in and a missed layup. And finally, El Getaway gets the layup. And then driving in, Awad misses the shot, gets it back, passes it back out to Dehedi, who really is the only player that consistently puts the ball in the basket. Here she is. So that was a difficult shot for her.
Yeah, Egypt needs to get back in defense.
Donge on the low block and earns a trip to the line. Foul on El Gateway. Abdel Alim also under there, so it could be on her.
They look really similar, Jeff, but that one's Seda.
It is indeed on Abdel Alim.
Yeah, these post players are so strong and look very similar. But that is their strength there as the ball rims in and out. They work so well together, these 2 post players for Mozambique. I think they're going to cause Egypt a lot of trouble as long as they stay disciplined and don't foul.
Oh, sorry, Seda. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I was saying it was Donge.
Yeah, they look very similar.
And interesting, they came in shooting 70.2%. And nice drive. Getting ahead of the defense there, Abdel Alim. So that ties it at 5. Donge. Zita to the corner, and the ball turned over. Awad then dribbles it off the foot of Mozambique, and Donge gets inside. Or Seda, excuse me again. Got to pay attention. They would have to wear the same hairstyle today. There she is. Seda is the big center. Donge is the big power forward.
Yeah, maybe look at their leggings. We are quite far away, so they do look very similar from here.
Soraya Dehedi slips and goes down, so it'll be Mozambique possession. Zita tries to pass it to Seda in the lane. Here's, to Donge in the lane. Here's Seda with the ball. And good swat from Minatala Awad. And traveling was the call.
And those are the turnovers I was talking about before. Just unforced errors. They do really good on defense. Get the block shot there, and then, unfortunately, turn over the ball. That has definitely been the Achilles heel of Egypt.
She kind of left her feet.
Yeah.
And to me, it looked like maybe she had not traveled, but
Coach
it
is saying
definitely
here,
looked unusual.
Yeah, coach is saying there that she took her 2 steps and she knew that she just let go of the ball. So, anyway, they've called the travel. And if I'm Egypt's defense, I'm sagging off.
I would too, because they're not taking anything outside.
They're not looking for the shot. They're looking to pass. I'm sagging all the way off, clogging up the paint, because that's where their advantage is.
Here they are driving and into Donge, and Donge catches it and turns and scores. And now the pass intercepted by Mukauro, and she goes in for the layup but misses. Soraya Dehedi. So they dodged the bullet there, but they're trailing 9-5 Egypt. Awad. Good high arcing shot, but just a little short. And Seda gets the rebound. Pereira comes up. Now she gets into the paint, hands it off to Donge, and Donge scores. Short little jumper.
Yeah, really nice possession from Donge there. That's what I'm saying. Sag in the paint, clog it all up, because they are unstoppable there. They're not looking to shoot the long shot, so sag it all the way in.
Away. Good pass to Awad. She follows up her miss, but then the ball, I don't know if she fumbled it away or if it was knocked away, but here comes Mozambique, and Zita misses. Dehedi hustled back. And Minatala Awad. Gateway goes to work.
Both teams struggling to finish right there. Mozambique in the layups, and Egypt down low, finishing their post moves.
Minatala Awad's doing okay. Here's Reem Musa, 2-on-1 break, and Dehedi decides to take it all the way, and I mean, even that was difficult, and she made it look relatively easy, or spectacular, shall we say.
She is really a specimen. She is unreal. She is making highlight reel game after game after game. If you go on FIBA on Instagram, you can see her highlights there.
Twitter, Facebook, you name it. And now Minatala Awad reads the pass, and Zita hustles back, but she can't stop it. I'm impressed by the start by Minatala Awad, and that makes it 11-9. And, well.
Yeah, again, you see there Egypt falls behind, but they keep scrapping. They never give up. They always go on their runs.
And they force some turnovers, and then this is the consummate finisher, Dehedi, Soraya Dehedi. Here's Martinez.
Ten cortado, tengo bola lá, y cuando la vuelven lá, temos aquel tiro, están tornando, vamos ao sexto, temos aquilo, não tem que sempre vir lá, porque temos a ventaja lá, temos aquele lançamento, temos as pequenas quando elas chegam, e elas são muito agressivas acá depois, não fazemos aquelas pequenas, e continuamos assim.
عشان ينزل انسايد نمرة 11 خلاص. اديني الهجمه بس واحده عشان هو يطلب عشان الزون هيماتش مع الزون. اديني واحده ريد وبعد كده نرجع 12. الهجمه اللي جايه دي ريد. يلا هجمه واحده اللي ماسكه تلزق فيها عشان توصلها للبيبول. هجمه واحده ريد.
What's that I saw there was 6 transition baskets there for Egypt. Great job for them turning over.
Yeah, 6 points in transition. Yeah, we just saw Awad, and we've seen Dehedi get in as well. And you can't fall asleep on Egypt. I mean, you might get on top of them, but then they'll come out and make plays on defense, get the ball back. They seem to thrive kind of in a chaotic atmosphere on the court.
I would agree with you, Jeff. And slash on also being down. They like being down and fighting back. They don't like the lead and holding it.
Pereira drives in. Tough move. Soraya Dahedi now. Gateway gets it over to Musa. Gateway has been playing for Western Kentucky. This time Musa has it taken away by Zita. And she scores with the left hand. And those are frustrating turnovers always for any team when it comes from your point guard.
Smart little trap here for Mozambique to turn over Egypt and get a quick, easy basket in transition.
Haiti puts up a very difficult three. 86 for Mozambique. Coming out of the timeout, they've looked good. And Donge goes in, follows up her miss, and she will get a chance for a three-point play.
She is just way too strong under there, Jeff. Great body, takes her time. Yet again, got another offensive rebound. They have to do a better job. We've seen this for Egypt, not boxing out. And ultimately, this will be a difficult game for them if they don't box out these two strong post players.
Well, the last time we saw her was against Cape Verde, and foul trouble sent her to the bench, so she's kind of playing like she wants to make up for lost time. El Gateway with a difficult reverse layup.
Yeah, she had 2 offensive fouls, didn't she, Donge?
Here she is again. She's like, this is easy. I'm just going all the way. And the lead now, 10 points for Mozambique. They are looking strong. And look at the chest bump from Martinez to this player. Let's go down to the bench.
ترجع تاخد الكرة نمرة 11 تتمشى في لحد المربع. اخد رجليك شوية يا جماعة. ايه يا جماعة في ايه؟ ازاي تروح في الزون كده؟ وازاي هي الجلية تاخدها تطبس جمهور؟ جاب 5 بونت ورا بعض. هو لازم كل مرة ياخدوا الليد ونعمل كومباك. كل مرة نجري ورا الجيم. خلي في دم شوية. اقعد برجلك كده.
Estamos bem, vale? Cuidado com o flop. Vai sacar. Então, aquelas mãos sempre fora. Estás lá, negada, mas as mãos fora, vale? Não está a protestar, está simplesmente a gesticular. Uma de cada 3 vai na linha de lançamento. Ok? Pega, vamos. 1, 2, 3. Mozambique!
Well, Jeff, Egyptian coach there really getting after his players, really expressing. You know, I did one English word he said was a comeback, which I mean either he's saying I'm sick and tired of us trying to come back into this game, or let's go.
Or we can't always have to come back.
Right.
But I think quite clearly a lot of it was how they're not able to even disrupt Donge at all. They need to make sure that they keep her away from the basket. And on that last possession, I think she got the ball just past midcourt and dribbled it all the way in.
You're right, she's very, very good down there. So I think maybe they think about changing the zone, maybe. Packing it in, they had some success from that zone the last couple of games.
Well, a very important player in yesterday's game for Egypt has just checked in. It's number 4, Meral Abdelgawed. And here she is. And the ball knocked away. And Menatala Awad can't get it back. And here's Mozambique scoring off the turnover. Great start for Mozambique.
Number 4, who just checked in, Adwad, she had 20 points yesterday, Jeff, off the bench. Great bench production from her.
Gateway into a little bit of trouble and throws it away, and they're just completely out of sorts. Gateway is going to come out, and Ali is going to check in, and it really is the case right now. You feel like Mozambique going for that early knockout punch. They get it to Seda. She passes it back outside to Perea for three. 15 points now. Mozambique on top.
Big dagger there from that three-point shot. She took her time, really nice.
And another turnover into the hands of Seda. Donge in the open floor, sprinting ahead, and Abdel Alim hustles back and knocks it out of bounds.
It's all Mozambique right now, Jeff, isn't it?
Well, they're playing their best basketball that we've seen in this tournament.
I would agree with you there. Definitely exactly what you would hope at this point in the tournament.
Pass to Donge. She catches it and scores with ease.
12 points for her.
17 points the advantage, and Soraya Dahedi, doesn't matter how many Soraya Dahedis they have out there, if Mozambique are going to play and score with this much ease, it's going to be a very quick game. That time the ball rattles out.
Shot clock running down.
Game clock running down, yep. Last second or so, and they do not get a shot. So Egypt have given up 26 first quarter points. Most of those coming to the big power forward, Donge, who has 12, and Mozambique lead 26-9 at the end of one.
Here we see some stats. Will be all about Mozambique. 11 from 19, shooting 58% from the two-pointers. They're doing a great job, especially Dong under there, doing a wonderful job. 25%, only 3 from 12, and those are probably the transition baskets that they had. Egypt's really struggling here to get anything going. The strength of Dong and Salah is just unreal. So I'm not sure what they're going to discuss in that timeout, but they need some sort of, I don't even know, maybe a zone, some sort of change to their defense, because it is all Mozambique at this point, scoring 26 points in the first quarter.
So terrific start for Donge. Remember, she had the foul trouble in the last game against Cape Verde, and easily her best game of the tournament so far. Against Kenya, she played 22 minutes and had 9 points. She's already surpassed that. She played 14 minutes against Cape Verde and had 5 points. So she looks like an all-tournament team with this performance so far. Seda has the ball.
Here we see Egypt fall into the zone. They have to do something, but it doesn't matter.
Wow. 14 points for Donge. Man, that was a great bounce pass. And this evidence, Senegal, if they progress to the final, they're going to have to be very careful to play their best basketball. Sharaway follows up the miss. Ali couldn't get to it. Look at that. Chiziane hustles down the floor. Yalvin Game, excuse me, not Chiziane. Eleuteria. Yalvin Guane inbounds the ball to Seda. His pass intercepted. Probing. And good hustle by Awad to get it back. Natala Awad. And Ali finds Awad. Nice play by Egypt.
Really good play there. They needed that. Good job by Fatima Ali. And here. Ooh, close.
Oh.
Yep, they get it. Good job, Egypt. Speeding Mozambique up.
You don't want your coffee? I'll have it.
I don't need that 2:30 pick me up.
Okay, so Egypt showing some signs of life. Good possession, a couple of good possessions on, or stands on defense, and they scored their last trip down. And here's Tahedi. Spins back to Elsharaway, and she missed everything. Hands are up and forcing another turnover. Now in transition, and again, it's that chaotic little situation. Oh, Tahedi, here I am singing her praises about finishing, but she missed that one badly.
Yeah, she probably thought somebody from Mozambique was on her back ready to swat it, but she just needs to take her time. Like he says, she's a pretty good finisher. Unfortunately, that one, she didn't.
Fairway on the deck and just hands it right, puts it right into the hands of Pareja. Makamo in the game, number 10 for Mozambique. She's got it, she shoots it, and she misses it. And Ali gets it over to Tahedi. And if you're Mozambique, what you can't do with Tahedi on the floor is ease up at all with your concentration or your defense, or else she'll punish you.
Yeah, not at all. They should see her. They have to stop her quicker in transition.
Oh, Donge, if she made that, I would have been like, this is going to be her day.
Yeah, that's her first miss. Yeah. Oh,
Here it is again. Long rebound, and good try by Yavingane, but the ball goes out of bounds off of her, and it goes back over to Egypt. So they cut the deficit back to 15 points, and this is not good for Egypt as Martinez calls timeouts. He's usually pretty good about turning things around. Here's, I thought we were going to see that highlight, but no, we're going to go down to the huddle again. Let's listen to Coach Martinez.
Estamos pasar y pasar. ¿Vale? Formiga, Elisa, los has tendido en bola. ¿Dónde va? No, fica al lado. Ves, va un 2 contra 1. O pasas o pasas. E después de eso estamos poste alto, poste baixo. O primeiro, tens tido acá, tenías o sexto. Ficaste lá, e fixeste un lanzamento lá. E agora non sabía que facer. E tens lanzado igualmente. Que queda son a tres? Roubar e facer que nosotros non jugamos. Vale? Aquelo non temos nada, poste alto, poste baixo. E despois temos dito que cando aquela va ao sexto, que todo o mundo está acá. Elizabeth, na línea de pase. Que pases lá, nega. Vale? Venga, vamos, vamos, venga, vamos.
Their coach talks about how they're gonna, you know, get the ball inside. He wants the ball around the key area, around that free throw line, and telling Dong either shoot it or put the ball on the floor. So he's trying to help his team against that zone that Egyptian team has now sat in. So hopefully, I mean, they're doing a pretty good job.
Mozambique?
Yeah, against the zone. But then also you can never count Egypt out. We have seen them countless
times, yeah, come back.
Yeah, pressure teams and make them crumble. So hopefully Mozambique stays composed.
Ali posting up, and what a bad pass, but they get it back, and good drive down the lane, Meryl Abdelgawed. And she has a chance for a three-point play. Can't speak highly enough of how well she has played the last 2 days.
Yeah, she's really stepped up for her team, hasn't she? She has definitely got better throughout the tournament. Like I said, she had 20 points off the bench last game, and she's here to carry it on when she hits the free throw.
Well, that foul called on Jimo, who's come in. And now, a good defense by Abdelgawed. And really sparking the team. Egypt have cut that deficit all the way down to 12 points.
You see Donge right there at the top of the key. That's where coach drew the play.
And stepping out of bounds, and Egypt again forcing a turnover. Mozambique were up by 19 points. Egypt have closed the gap all the way back to 12 on a 7-0 run.
It's like it's inevitable that they're going to come back, isn't it?
Yeah, but it takes their coach getting a few more gray hairs and shouting in those famous timeouts. Oh, beautiful give and go, and the foul has been called.
Wow.
What a nice little 1-2 give and go, whatever you want to call it. And Egypt will go back to the line.
That was really nice. Look at this. Quick pass, backing, gets the foul. She slaps down. I'm surprised that wasn't 2 shots.
Wow, I am too. I thought she was going to the line. She's an 80% shooter. I'm sure they would like her to. Abdelgawed. And this time, Devin Gane with the rebound. Now Mozambique looking to stop the rot. And Jimbo gets rejected.
Yes, Fatima Ali. That's what I like to see down there. Look at this. Keeps her hands high and blocks the shot and gets the possession back.
Not in my house, she
Get
says.
that out of here.
Fatma Ali.
Stinging like a bee, Jeff.
Three-pointer from guess who? Meryl Abdelgawed, and it is suddenly single digits, the deficit. 28-19 Egypt with that shot, and she is playing with so much confidence right now.
That's her 6th point. She's definitely heating up.
Now reaching in, she comes up with a steal, but then just fumbles it out of bounds. And she's frustrated with herself because she knows Egypt were off and running again. Green Moose are going to come back into the contest. They dump it down low to Jimo. Ali quickly out to Abdelgawed, who pulls it up and holds it. Now Dehedi goes to work. Minatala Awad. And a weak pass by Minatala Awad. That's not going to work against Donge.
No, that's
Great
not.
play by Donge. Now the dump, and Jimo is denied by Awad. Excuse me, by Ali, but a foul was called. Look at this. Woo! Unless they called it on a Sharaway. They called that on Ali. I'm not sure. That was
No.
looking like a pretty good swat. No, it was on El Sharaway. There
Yeah,
you go.
Yeah, got it right.
Jimo at the line. Deolinda. Jimo takes her time. Nice release. Soft touch. Just get it to the front of the rim and let it fall over. Here she is again. Watch. 2 dribbles. Little bend of the knees. Release. Money in the bank.
Yeah, really nice. Do you shoot like that, Jeff?
Nope.
Not sure you could.
Never
We'll leave
did.
it to them.
Never did. Never was a good free throw shooter.
I'm surprised you haven't got out there yet and shot the ball.
Don't want to embarrass myself.
All right, you're right. Stay in your lane.
I've got some hands injuries. Fell off my bike recently, and they're not feeling too good, so I'm just saving it for typing.
You do that.
Abdelgawed. He puts it on the deck. Oh, what a move. She crossed her up. Write that down. That is one of the top plays of the day. Now Mozambique trapped a little bit. They turn it over to El Sharaway. She quickly pushes it up to Abdelgawed. And Reem Musa, and the 9-point lead for oh, the bounce pass to the Hedi. Egypt are well and truly alive, and the neutral fans are loving it.
She is just something special, Jeff. I can't believe it. Game after game, turns up to play.
The way this thing started, it looked like it was going to be a very short one, but even Fatma Ali has come out and is turning into a tower of power, the rim protector for Egypt. Lots of signs that this Egypt team can get the job done today, but right now they're still trailing by 7. Never say die, Egypt. Look at the determination on the face of Dahedi. Entry pass, El Shraoui knocks it away. The outlet pass by Abdelgawed, picked off by number 10, Makamo. And now the long rebound taken by Mukauru.
Wow, hasn't the momentum shifted, Jeff?
Donge passes it back out to a wide open teammate. She misses. Musa dribbles with her head up. Mukauru had the shot, she took it, and now it's Soraya Tahedi. Capturing the imagination of all these fans here. El Sharaway gives it to Ali. He misses badly. El Sharaway, and then both teams scrapping away. Who's it going to be here?
Mozambique's ball, I think. Ali hit it out. She's lucky not to pick up another foul. They always just get my heart rate going, Egypt. They're just so fun. You know, the only thing I would say they just need to work on is not getting down so much to having to fight back. But like you said, this is the style that they look to play.
They also make me radiate heat.
Yeah, you do.
Smoke is coming up from my back. Donge on the baseline. What a nice soft touch from the power forward. Mozambique's player of the game. Penetration, the drive, and Musa.
Donge is all over the boards.
Feel just a little bit of a momentum shift here, but Seda missed the layup. Elgadaway has possession. Abdelgawed, rather, has possession, and she gives it back.
Horns play here for Egypt. She can come up either way.
The Hedi open. Mozambique push it quickly. Mukauru, she's open, so she says, why not? And Donge with the offensive rebound and put back. And that pushes the lead back up to 34-23, forcing Egypt to call timeout.
Seda with that basket. Here we see her.
It was Seda. I am totally confusing him with that hairstyle today. Great,
okay.
Great job by Seda.
I'm here to help, Jeff. No worries.
رايحين نجيب ايزي باسكت يبقى 5 بونت نرد تاني 11 بونت ليه؟ ليه؟ مش فاهم سوريا بون هنا تاخدي بطيء قوي يا جماعه في الوفيس تاخدي بطيء قوي سوريا خدي شولدر مع فاطمه سبرين ولا كرة نزلت لها
está sufla a jogar também ele está com ela e vem acá desejado revisar o ofensivo e vemos não só que temos peleado luta no outro lado mas desejado aquela grande só vale não este não é função vale vale y la grande en el medio pequeñas esquinas pasamos mas todo tiene que ser rápido antes que elas pasen los ajustes venga vamos venga, vamos.
Well, my Arabic treats me well, and I heard out of that timeout, and then 16 points there as we see the graphic, just killing in every aspect. Nice drive, baseline shots for her. She's getting it going. But the Egyptian coach said, please. Easy basket. Make the easy basket. I wish by the end of this tournament I'm going to be able to fluent Arabic as my
He wasn't saying prevent the easy basket. Here's Fatma Ali. I don't know what he was saying. I did hear easy basket.
Sorry, I got distracted by the highlights.
Out to Musa, wide open for three. Go! Rattles it in.
Musa really stepping up here. Well-needed basket.
34-26. Now Donge catches it. Oh, she gets rejected by Ali. But a foul was called, so Donge is going to the free throw line.
Yeah, if I'm Mozambique, I'm still pushing. You know, there are 26 points in the paint for Mozambique. And here is Rim Musa hitting that shot wide open. And then I would say that's another block for Ali. She's working hard down there, but unfortunately puts Dong back on the line. And she misses the first. She has 16 points right now, leading her team.
Donge has been a force to be reckoned with. And she takes the second, so goes 1 for 2 on that trip and takes the lead up to 9. Now Musa. Will the Haiti get a touch on this trip down the floor? Abdel Gawed, cross court. Boy, what a great defensive play that was by Mukaura.
Well, jumped out the gym for that tip. I think Egypt needs a bit more movement in their offense as the Haiti takes her sweet time. Get some rest, I don't blame her.
Yeah, I think that's a chance for her to get a breather, but she also gives the Mozambique team a chance to get a breather.
Yep, she took her sweet time, got the ball, don't blame her. Get all the rest you can, especially if she's going to play this many minutes.
And Musa pops outside, 7 on the shot clock. And boy, those hands are active from Mozambique. Great defense. Seda picks it up, passes it up to Mukauro. She gets rejected by El Sharaway. She was bumped. Now to Haiti in the chaos. Again, this is where she thrives. No look pass to Ali. Well, they're letting them play. You know, it was one thing to went to the Nigeria press conference after their win.
Oh, that's where you went.
Over to the Democratic Republic of over the Congolese. That was the great play defensively. Look at the no-look pass as well. And Hewley was like, we like the way they're officiating games. They're letting us play. But then later on, he felt like if anybody was not getting the rub of the green, it was his team. But that might have been an unnecessary pass by the Haiti, but they survived. And then El Sharaway misses. So 9-point advantage for Mozambique. Here she is, Donge. Pass out to Mukauro. Nobody boxes out. And going up strong was Mafanella, Odelia Mafanella, who played big minutes against Cape Verde with Dongue out of the game and in foul trouble.
Yeah, great job from her finding that ball. Nobody boxed her out. Easy 2 points for her. Good job.
Momentum back with Mozambique now. Oh, nice play! Put it on the highlight reel.
Oh,
wow.
Gosh, Jeff, she just takes my breath away every single time she's going to the rim. I guess we'll just keep adding it to her highlights. Every game, like I said, look at that. Fakes 2 players out. Unreal.
She knew exactly how much time was left in the first half. Egypt doing their best to stay within touch. They trailed 37-28 to Mozambique, the second quarterfinal of the FIBA Women's Afrobasket 2019.
Here we have some end of the half stats. 50% for Mozambique, 15-30. And then also, if Egypt can just really capitalize, only shooting 38% from 2 rebounds. Mozambique dominating, 27 rebounds there for them, 24, excuse me, assists there. Donkey is truly the strength of Mozambique here. 17 first half points. She's unstoppable, scoring from down low, also long range shots. And there we see the Heady, just a superstar. You know, she is unreal. Every time she touches the ball, something good usually comes out of it. So good on her. She has 11 points for her team. Here you see her highlights. Hitting three, unbelievable. I love watching this lady. She is great.
Well, we'll let you enjoy these highlights here at halftime. It's 37-28. Mozambique on top of Egypt. We'll be right back. Diawara, though, picks right up where she left off against Egypt. Sada launches it for three. She's come out and played well today.
Yeah, nice start for her. Good job.
Marino sets the pick. Is she going to roll? Oh, what a finish that was by number 6, Obunga. It goes. Now the offensive rebound and the rejection by Rocha.
It's like a volleyball hit.
Uh-oh, Tahedi, open floor. They might have to foul her. She spins. She puts it up. She scores. And she's going to the line. She is worth the price of admission, folks.
Holy cow, Jeff.
Unbelievable. Mozambique on top 37-29. Excuse me, Mozambique on top 37-28 at halftime over Egypt. And quite a display here by Mozambique early on. They opened up a 19-point lead. Egypt, however, made some changes and started to claw their way back. Lenia Donge has been terrific from Mozambique pretty much for the entire first half. She's got 17 points and 4 rebounds and has been virtually unstoppable. But for Soraya Dehedi, who has 11 points, also Meryl Abdelgawed, he has 8 points. Egypt have fought back, having trailed by 19 points. They are now down by just 9. So you can never really count this team out. Azania.
Where do I start? I start with the Dehedi, as the graphic comes up there talking to her team. 11 amazing points, not just regular points, real momentum swinging points for Egypt. But the story is for Mozambique, who's truly keeping in it, is Donge with 17 points. She's hardly missing.
Apagamos. Nuestro traballo es con ela lá. No esperamos acá, vale? Vale? Aquela que está con ela, hace que tu trabalho não tem. Venga, vamos. Vamos. Venga, vamos.
3, 2, 1. Mozambique!
It really looked like early on Mozambique were going to run Egypt out of the gym. It was like Egypt, they're tired from yesterday, from their exertions. You see Leah Donge with 17 points on 8 of 11 shooting. And
it did look like that at first, but I wasn't going to run with that because we saw Cameroon yesterday run away with a 16-point lead, I think.
Yeah.
Was the highest at some point. And here we are with Egypt in this game.
Minatala Awa deserves a mention. I thought she did well. Even El Shaarawy came in and did the job, even though she has failed to score. Fatma Ali's had some blocks. And for Mozambique, you've had terrific play from Mukauro, Tamara Seda. So just overall been a wonderful quarterfinal. Here's Musa. Starting things off for Egypt. And Hedy comes up to get her first touch. Abdelgawed. Well, that's dangerous, trying to dribble in front. And great play by Mukauro, drives in for Mozambique. So very questionable start, and just...
Yeah, and Mozambique here.
Egypt complaining about a kicked ball.
Could be
Felt
right.
like it should have been stopped.
Yeah, you know, Egypt came out and ran a play, but they didn't run it all the way through. And sadly, they turned over the ball here for the three-pointer. Air ball, but no worries. Mozambique has the rebound, and they're pushing it back on Egypt.
So El Shaarawy puts up the air ball, and Mozambique starting strong, it appears, here in the second half. Seda, cross court. And those Egyptian players have to be careful, and El Shaarawy leaks out and scores with the layup. So she gets her first 2 points. Good spot by Musa. Donge, Seda, and if they catch it down low and they're able to pass like that, they've got to put a body on it.
Yeah, that's easy for them. Great high-low pass work between the two post players, Donge and Seda. Great job establishing down low yet again.
Musa pulls up for a short little jumper. Mukauro with the rebound. Seda, you see her numbers. Pereira hands it off. Zita back to Pereira. Good! Three-pointer for Mozambique, and it's a 14-point advantage.
Just like that.
Or was her foot on the line? I think it was. I thought she had a three, so they're saying 43-30, so it's 2.
Yeah. Count it as a 2.
Musa looks off Ali. The defense kind of stopped, and then she went in and scored.
And Musa playing well now, got her confidence back.
Three-point attempt by Zita, and Dongwe with the rebound. Another opportunity. Mukauro for three, and it bounces over the back, and that's a break for Egypt with Mozambique and their rebounding ability. Look at this. This is a top drawer move right here. Look at her. Fakes Seda. She fakes Seda out.
Yep, already got it on my highlight reel. Don't you worry, Jeff.
Musa crosses midcourt, goes behind the back. El-Shaarawy. He gets it to Ali. Ali goes up. El-Shaarawy maybe could have rebounded that. Tried to tap it back to Fatma Ali. And here's Mozambique. Open again, short, and Tahedi in the open floor, where she wants to be. Well, Abdel Gawed rims out, or rattles out.
Egypt struggling to get a basket here. They managed to slow the Heady down in transition.
Another three attempt, and Zita misses, but no box out on Seda, and she goes up for the putback.
Ali is in there to box her out and do a better job. And she's just trying to jump with her. She's not going to out-jump Seda or Dong.
And he goes back to 13. That's like winding down. Lucy's got to launch it. He does. Good rebound, Seda. Good defense, Mozambique.
Mozambique slow it down here, get a good play, set up something.
I don't understand.
2-3 zone for Egypt. I feel like really they need to kind of create some chaos to be most effective. Driving in, really nowhere to go, shoots it, and Dongwe with the rebound. And Fatma Ali really should have grabbed that. She does not. And I think the referees have the right call. So it's going to be the ball of Mozambique. Abdel Gawed goes out. And Natala Awad comes back in, as well as Ranim got away, and Fatma Ali goes out. So they get it to Seda, and she gets it to the line, fouled by Natala Awad. I think the issue that they have is they simply cannot allow these front court players to catch the ball down low, and they've been doing it a lot in this third quarter. And when they haven't, Mozambique are content to attempt those three-pointers because they're wide open threes as they do sag.
Yeah, why not shoot the three, especially when you've got such strong, good tip out there. When you've got such strong post players, why not shoot the ball? And they'll
Rebound it.
Yeah, hoover it up or vacuum wherever you're from in the part of your sport.
Oh, boy, she just inbounded the ball to Zita and then blocks the shot. But Zita, the last couple minutes, her defense has been outstanding, and they had no way of getting the ball in bounds. El-Shaarawy. Mozambique playing with a lot of heart right now themselves.
Yeah, we've seen this with Egypt throughout the tournament. This lag has kind of fall asleep in the third quarter.
Good job by Minatala Awad. So 2.6 seconds on the shot clock. And the problem that you have for Egypt is even if you prevent the basket, you got to get the rebound. And that's an air ball that falls right into the hands of Seda. Unfortunately for Egypt, she misses and the ball goes out of bounds.
Here, Mozambique just doing a little press, making sure Seda doesn't get the ball, and make one of your post players bring the ball up. That's exactly what you want.
Good bounce pass over to Minatala Awad. And boy, looks like she might have wrapped her up, but the referee called the foul on Mukauro. One tough customer, Mukauro. Teheri. She's got somebody on her now, shadowing her. Spins. Right idea, but Seda knew the pass was coming. Mozambique have owned this third quarter.
Definitely, Egypt has to crank up their defense. They're just one step too slow in each possession. Mozambique comes down there just like that and capitalize on their sluggishness on defense.
Well, that was Zita pushing the lead up to 16. Minatala Awad looks for an opening. Delgado way gets it to Teheri, who passes over to Awad and hits the open jump shot.
They desperately needed that shot.
The coach Chief wanted them to press, and Congo nowhere to go that time. Oh, how was that their ball, Mozambique?
I think the referee's going to come and speak.
Yeah, it's
just a sub.
Wow. Well,
Jeff, these things happen, just like you lose your bets to me every day.
Yes, just circumstances. Oh, look at that. Boy, they are just more alert. Mozambique. Pereira that time reaching in.
Do you feel like Egypt could be tired from yesterday? Because I feel like Mozambique is playing how Egypt usually plays. You know, getting on the floor, hustle plays.
Yeah, they've definitely upped their energy, Mozambique. And maybe tiredness has come into it a little bit. Oh, but that's great anticipation from Awad. And she's able to save it in bounds. Boy, Awad is underrated. Here's Musa for three. Good! Stepping up, Musa. Back to an 11-point game. He has 8. A bit of a trap up high. Clock like down to 10. They get the Seda in the lane. Osharwe chases it down. Now Musa.
The burst of energy that they need.
Ah. And that's what you're talking about with the turnovers. Unnecessary, and it leads to a Mukauro layup. Great play, Mozambique. Horrendous, Egypt.
Yeah, this third quarter lull is something that I've seen all tournament, and I've talked about their, being in shape, their fatigue, and yet again it kind of kicks in here as they call a timeout.
So this was the three-pointer by Rim Musa. But since that point, Mozambique have come back to score, and Egypt called timeout.
E quando jogamos contra aquela pressão, ¡pam!, aquele balão no meio, se podemos que estar nesta situação, melhor que aqui, verdade? E no momento que temos, a grande tem que venir acá, porque elas são super agresivas, então temos a pequena, está só, estava, verdade? Não é para agredir, ves como estava? Vale, que não temos aquele, num 3 segundos, se queres ir ao sexto, vas ao sexto, vale? Venga, vamos. Não relajas um segundo com aquela,
3, 2, 1!
Mozambique, aquela por atrás.
Mozambique's coach just speaks so smoothly, doesn't he? Very calm, relaxed, draws up the plays that he wants, keeps his team calm. Ultimately, Egypt is still potentially in this game, but he knows Here they put on a press to slow Egypt down, see if they can cause another turnover, that they're in this kind of phase right now as they get tired in this third quarter. Try and speed them up.
So Awad will be more than happy to inbound the ball. Oh, I was going to say to El Getaway, but Musa comes up and gets it. And then a reach and a foul called on Mozambique's number 10, who's checked into the game. Makamo. Getaway gets it. I think she's trying to force it there. She's able to get it back. Musa drives in. Good look, good rebound by Mukauro. Might be my player of the game, Mukauro. She's been tough. On the pass down low, Mukauro swings it, wide open shot from the right in the corner, and the lead grows to 16 points.
Really impressive shooting from Mozambique here. Why not? If you're open, shoot the three and trust that your post players will get the second opportunities rebounding.
Minatala Awad goes right at Mukauro and draws the foul. Boy, Mukauro is a real problem. He has got energy, strength, and
yeah, really coming into her own.
9 points, 7 rebounds. Pereira and Seda have been tough as well. Ball bounces over to El Gateway, who puts it back up, and she draws the foul. So she will go right back to the line now. So we'll cut it back to 15.
Jeff, is Senegal the next game or the following game?
The last game of the day.
Really? So the fans already come in here on our side of the court.
Well, they
setting
heard
up.
Soraya Dejede was here, so they wanted to come and watch her play.
Very true. Very smart of them.
And next will be Mali in Cote d'Ivoire. And boy, another break is Mafanela not able to even rebound it. So good pressure by Abdel Alim. And it's back to a 14-point deficit for Egypt with 1:38 to go in the quarter. Musa inbounds it. And it was off the back of the iron. But Egypt pressuring. Will they get it across midcourt? Yes, they do. And the trap, and they like trying to get the chaos. They see an opportunity here with a more inexperienced backcourt.
Gotta get a shot up.
And they do not get it off in time. Great defense by Egypt. $1:10 to go. Abdel Alim fouled, so that will be free throws.
For the last minute.
Reem Awad also in the game right now for Egypt, number 9. The 5 on the floor for Mozambique are Makamo, Mafanela, Mukauro, Pereira, and Seda. Abdel Alim sinks the first one.
And yet again, Jeff, here they are, chipping away at the lead. Keeping themselves with a chance.
But they've missed 3 of their last 6 free throws. Now they're full court press, see if they can get it across in time. Yes, they do. Mukauro has been absolutely outstanding. She's got the ball. Hands it off to Mafanela. And then Getaway reaches in and commits the foul. No doubt about it. The free throw shooting is such a big part of this game, and inevitably it will come into play. 5 of 10 from the line for Mozambique and 4-7 for Egypt. And here they are forcing in a little trap and getting the turnover, and Reem Awad scores to get it back to 11, and they really are pouncing here. And I think it's the backcourt is a little bit weaker with Zita out of the game.
Yeah, you're right. And also the Egyptian coach on the sideline here, if you see him, is really willing his team, shouting at them, telling them, get up.
Into the corner. And look at the ball. The battle is going to be, they're going to give the ball to Mozambique. And Egypt's coach is beside himself, but she was in great position to make the call, the referee. Abdelalim, the art apparently went off of her, so they should have the last possession. Well, Mukauru catches it. She goes along the baseline. Now she looks to make the pass. And more penetration, but it ends up with Reem Awad. She has to launch it. She does. Wasn't that far off. Oh, great fight back from Egypt yet again.
They're still in the game.
Mozambique, they are really keeping the pressure on with their big physical play, their quickness, their tenacity, but Egypt not going away. Mozambique lead at 53-42, 10 minutes remaining.
Here's some stats here. Egypt just needs to finish on a few of those shots. 13 from 33 shooting, 39%, and then 50% and 15%. Only 2 from 13 from the three-point line for Mozambique. But, they keep on shooting because ultimately they've got great rebounders with Dong and Seda, who is rebound the ball very, very well. Dong has 17 points. She has been on the bench here, so I expect the Mozambique coach to bring her back in to dominate this last 10 minutes because Egypt is making a little bit of a run.
Yeah, it looks like Donge is not coming in yet, but I can't imagine that she won't be back soon because when she and Seda are in there, it's a different proposition. Meanwhile, Seda has 9 points, 9 rebounds. 9 rebounds as well for Mukauro to go with her 9 points. So she also has a couple of steals, although she has turned it over 4 times. Turnovers have been a problem, but that's what Egypt do. They force you into these situations.
Yeah, they force the other team into turnovers, and they force themselves into turnovers. There we see Dehedi on the bench. She's not starting this quarter, so we'll see how long he leaves her there until he decides to bring that spark and that energy back there.
But you're right. Donge is coming back in. 21 points off turnovers for Mozambique and just 14 for Egypt. And it is imperative for Abdelalim as well as Getaway to box out.
The clock hasn't started. Okay.
Clearly your message down at the commissioner's table didn't get through, so you might want to go down and deliver that again.
Well, Raheem Musa, as a point guard, she looked right up at the clock, and she told them it's not started.
They owe her a debt of gratitude. Here she is, crossing midcourt. Abdelalim to Minatala Awad, who has the tough assignment going up against Mukauro. Here's Reem Awad. And look at the quick hands of Mukauro. No, that's Zita. She's back in the game.
Yeah. See, Egypt's running plays, they're just not executing them. They need to take their time. They need to get into their defensive player, cut back out, They're so very quick, Mozambique. So
6 seconds on the shot clock. Musa, is she aware? I think so. She sets her feet. Good, boy, that was big time clutch from Reem Musa.
wow, you know, with the clock running down, good for her. Great. Hit the three there, gives the energy Egypt need.
Donge hands it off to Seda. That's how you break a press,
Yeah.
Mozambique.
Yeah, the bigs go right back at what has been working well for them.
Menatala Awad. Oh, it's good. Was that a three?
I think that's a two.
And it's back to 8. This Egypt team could not throw the ball in the ocean, certainly in their first game. But they have been a different team ever since. And now the pass up ahead. Oh, boy, Mozambique again break the press. And I think Egypt are going to maybe have to think about calling it off for a while.
Yeah, good job for Mozambique to push the ball quickly, push the ball ahead of the Egyptian defense to get easy points.
Oh, great drive. And Seda fouls at the big center, Ranim El-Gateway.
It's only Seda's first, so she's okay. She doesn't have any foul trouble.
El-Gateway had to be quick because those Mozambique hands are all over the place, going for those loose balls. Meanwhile, checking in as she goes to the line and makes the first free throw.
The heady over there, she covered her eyes. She couldn't even watch the free throw.
Yalvin Gane has come into the game. And she makes both.
This time they do not decide to press. They just sat
They
back.
trap. They try to trap. Yalvin Gane hands it off to Donge. And you can see that Mozambique a little bit out of sorts now. What do we do with the ball? Zita. Well, they end up with a three, and it's good. Look at the emotion. For really, my money, the best player on the court, Mukauro. She is tough. Ingvel Mukauro with 12 points.
Good job, Mozambique, not getting rushed. And they took their time there and got a beautiful three-point shot. Well deserved.
Abdel Alim. A swooping, sweeping hook. And possession arrow, I think, is going to go to Mozambique.
Sure is.
I think Guane said this is a game where Mozambique have come out and really been tough.
Yeah, they just need to
Physical.
take their time here.
Yalvin Gane drives in. Seda there for the offensive rebound. And El-Gateway is going to be upset with herself for not grabbing that ball.
You know, when Egypt plays defense, they're trying to speed you up. You know, there's a lot of noise, a lot of hustle. But Mozambique's doing a good job. Just take your time. There's no need. You have 5 seconds to pass the ball. As Seda hits the free throw there, they don't have to rush. And that's the whole point. Just relax. And they're getting great opportunities. They hit the three there, and then here they get the rebound by Seda. So don't get sped up by Egypt.
She makes both free throws. And Soraya Dahedi comes back in. And also coming back in for Egypt is Meryl Abdelgawed. So Gateway able to get the ball to her point guard, barely. Now Dahedi puts up a three. Oh, she almost banked it in. Great offensive rebound effort there by Abdel Alim. And she's fouled. Well, she just, you know, Dahedi looked at the clock and said, you know what, there's 6 seconds. We're not going to get anything better than this. I'm just going to launch it. And it almost went in.
It's crazy to me because she sat on that bench for a fair few minutes. And she just comes out and lets that shot go.
Second team foul on Mozambique. And Dahedi again. And a foul. There's a foul being called.
Yeah, Mozambique, I think. Yeah, it is.
A push. So is that 3 free throws, or was it after? Was it after the shot?
That's actually on Donge, Jeff, her second.
So it was off the ball.
Yeah, as they go up for the rebounds.
Heading over to Abdelalim. Abdel Gawad. And the foul. Boy, they are accumulating. That is foul number 4 on Mozambique. So Egypt are going to have to really knuckle down and make some free throws.
That's a good job by Egypt, though, putting the pressure. They've got 7 minutes. They've only got one more team foul, and then they were on the line, like you said.
Boy, she almost came up with a steal. Reem Musa sets her feet. Oh, that went in and came out. She hustles back. Seda surrounded and almost got tied up as she crossed midcourt. She does. Great effort by Zeta. Donge throws it out of bounds. Great pressure. And good sportsmanship there by Abdel Alim to check on Donge.
Mozambique can't fall apart here, Jeff. This is what Egypt wants. We saw it yesterday. They forced Cameroon into silly mistakes. There we see Mozambique throw the ball across court and out of bounds and gives Egypt another chance at the basket.
Abdel Alim over to Abdel Gawad. Abdel Gawad puts it on the deck, goes in, fighting for the ball. Seda comes up. Alvingane over to Donge, and she's fouled by the Hede. Nice play, Mozambique.
Bit of frustration starting to leak in here with Egypt. Hede really, she just smacked Dog on the chest there.
She's really just got to give it to her. She's not going to make sure she misses the shot. You just give it to her.
Right.
As it is, Mozambique go back in front by 15. And Dongre, she makes this, and she does not. Stays at 15. Oh, and they're going to give the ball again. So Mozambique off the missed free throw.
Egypt can't afford these types of turnovers, giving the ball back to Mozambique, giving them another chance. It's just, you can't. It's so frustrating. Sorry, Jeff.
Alvingane inbounds it to Donge. Baseline move. Back outside to Mukauro.
Great catch by her.
That's in. Oh, it's tough. Mozambique now in front by 17. And it's going to take something extraordinary for Egypt. If they're going to come back this time, the clock is the enemy. Great deny defense by Seda, and up ahead it goes. And look at that. Mukauro up ahead on the fast break. And you wonder really, the powers of recovery of Egypt are going to be tested here.
Look at that finish there. That's her 16th point for them. She has really come into her own there. She's helping the post players. Really good layup there.
Really, all of this has happened after the Haiti came in the game. This run.
Correct. But you see they were, starting to shout at each other, causing some sort of frustration. Can't fall apart.
خلي في دم شويه العبوا الاخر واقفين زي الخشب في الملعب قلت بول موفمنت سريع شويه بيك رول سريع شويه ولا بنيجي ولا نيجا كل واحد بتدي الكره لمن هو واقفين يتفرجوا على بعض بتدوا بعض عليه
Não relajamos lá, eh?
Well, one thing I must say, once the Egyptian coach does get so animated, his girls always answer. He needed to do something because Mozambique here has really put on a fair bit of press, turning Egypt over, getting easy baskets, pulling away at this lead. Egypt have to answer here.
Well, Egypt really now with their backs against the wall, they've got to score and get stops and get the ball back, and this will help them. They will stop the clock. They will go to the line, and I suppose really for Mozambique, the strength of their team has been their relentlessness on defense and trying to wreak havoc. And but on this occasion, it's going to put, and on every occasion for the rest of the way, in fact, it's going to put Egypt at the free throw line. So Musa takes her time. So the end of the Cinderella story could be unfolding before us here in Dakar. And full court pressure here. Donge has it, brings it across. It's been a great game. And Mozambique perhaps showing us what they're made of. But here is a turnover. This will be an over and back. Mokoto chases back to pick it up. Mokoto with 16 points, 10 rebounds.
Great night for her.
She's been their best player.
Yeah,
I mean, it started out with Donge, but overall, over the course of the game, Mokoto has been the most influential. Eddie. He launches it. Good! Even though the hand was in her face by Mukaoro. We'll never write him off. It's back to 15 now.
Yeah, still have plenty of time. 4 minutes 50 coming up. You have enough time.
El Sharaway comes up, tries to get the steal. That's 3 fouls on Egypt. See the three-point shooting. 3 makes for Mozambique and 6 for Egypt.
Eddie's 3-point there.
The Egypt coach well beyond where he's supposed to be standing. He's almost at midcourt, but I think it's good restraint personally from the referees not to call that. He's coaching his team. But they could call a technical on him. Yavengane, oh, look at that. That's the difference right there. They cannot compete with the strength inside of Mozambique.
At all. Yet again, Donge strong on the boards, takes her time, finishes. Yeah, they don't have an answer for that, Jeff.
Hey. Need to try to get some contact here, bare minimum, to get to the line. Oh, great play. Brahim El Getaway puts it up and in. And good hustle. Seida's able to beat Musa to the ball. And Mukaoro passes it back out. Mozambique content to take some time off the clock. Donge drives in. Oh, look at that. She's almost dunking the basketball. I mean, she really is.
I think she probably could. Honestly. But it's back to the Donge being an offensive, unstoppable threat.
And get away. Is there a foul call or a whistle? I thought I heard something. Somebody blew a whistle somewhere, and everybody stopped on the court as well.
Yeah, I thought it was an inadvertent whistle, but the referees looked at everyone and said, I didn't blow it.
Mozambique coach, look, he's complaining at the top of the screen.
I definitely heard a whistle, but wow.
See the wrap around, and they're just exposing their frailties on defense inside right now.
Yeah, Egypt starting to look real sluggish, walking the ball up.
El Getaway drives and gets the foul on Seida, so a 3-point play, a possibility here to get it back to 14 points. I mean, all you can do is applaud everything that Mozambique have done today. Their coach, Martinez, when he makes his timeouts, he makes the right adjustments. But what I'm most impressed with is how they have been so intense on defense and on the glass. But that being said, you hope that Egypt can get this back to a more respectable scoreline, because they have really worked hard today.
Yeah, they have, but I just don't think they have enough in the tank.
A 15. A 15.
Look at
17
that.
puntos solo.
46-24 rebounds.
Ma tu
18-6 on
no
the
estás acá,
offensive glass.
aquella grande tenga bola, tú
That's
estás
the
acá en
game
los
right
medios.
there, Jeff.
Estás llegando tarde aquí a la línea de
He's
3
just not
puntos.
going to cut it.
Que
Not one
l'ultimo ataque che tenía
Egyptian
estaba como haciendo falso
player
registro.
I've seen box out.
llegas un poco tarde.
Donge or Seda.
Well,
امنع درايف بتروح ابو
tell you
طابق
what, the Senegalese especially will be watching this and thinking, wow, if we get to the semifinal, this is not going to be easy against Mozambique. There's Mozambique, points in the paint.
50.
I mean,
بس يلعبوا للاخر
I don't think
يلعبوا للاخر
Egypt are going to overturn this. Still got some time.
No, I don't think they'll make a little run, but not enough. They don't have enough in the tank.
Minatala Awad, she doesn't seem to have been in the game as much here in the second half.
Yeah, they'll make a little push in, no doubt, because that's their style, that's their DNA. You know, they're really hustle kind of team.
Look at this. Luka Udo has just been, again, I've said it, just the best player. I mean, she has been hustling. Look how active the hands are. Then she gets up on the break. She's rebounded. She's done it all. Number 6, the sensational one.
Yeah, I'm really glad she got some help from her post players. You know, last game she had 15 points, 10 rebounds, so she has been working hard this whole tournament. Last game she really needed extra help, and Donge and Seda have shown that.
Gateway misses, and the lead stays at 15. Makamo in the game, number 10. I think when she's in is when you have a chance to put pressure on them. And the Haiti, a little bit of a late whistle, but I think it was the right call.
That's her third foul, yeah?
And that is now 14 fouls. 2:41 to go. Gavin Gane hands it off to Makamo. And Makamo goes all the way! Galea Dahedi. Back to Musa. And Gateway drives in with the left hand.
Mozambique needs to run the clock here, get a full long offense, use the full 24, or, okay.
And Gateway rebounds it, and only 1:50 to go now.
Yeah, Mozambique don't need quick shots, they need the time. Their time is their friend. So run their offensive play all the way through.
Mukoto with the hold, so Dahedi is going to go to the line. Well, perhaps we've underestimated Mozambique a little bit. They have come out and won their first 2 games. Now today they are closing in on victory number 3 in as many games. And Egypt, you'd like to say it's a dream run, but I guess it was a dream performance yesterday. And now that's dream-like status or whatever. Euphoria is starting to fade as Dahedi makes 1 of 2.
But they will go on to try and fight for top 6. So that is still a good, achievable goal. And also, like you said, yesterday's game was really great from them. Full effort from their team.
Mafanella misses, and the play that has really killed them all game long, the offensive rebound and putback. And that is something that they will look back on tonight and know that they just have not been able to compete on the boards with this Mozambique team. Or they just have not competed. What they have done better today is actually put the ball in the basket.
I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. They've taken their time and finished down low. But both these post players for Mozambique have been unbelievable. So impressive. You know, unstoppable really on the boards, putting putbacks, making their moves, doing short jump shots.
Nice move by Abdel Gawad. She kind of falls over her own feet. And with 44.6 seconds remaining, a 16-point advantage for Mozambique. So Egypt, I believe, are going to play either Senegal or Angola in their classification game. But what we do know is that Mozambique are moving on. Abdel Gawed, she goes out, but really I think you have to applaud these young ladies. They've made it to the quarterfinals. They've really battled, and they just come up against a better team today. A team that really wanted it. They wanted, tasted a chance to get to the semifinals. They're on the big stage in Africa. Good play, Al-Gadaway, and Manatala Awad. And off one foot goes to Haiti. One last highlight from her, perhaps, to get it back to a 14-point deficit. Then a steal by Ranim Al-Gadaway. And
well, they're going to fight till the very end. So
gets it back to an 11-point game. Hasn't registered yet on the graphic, so apologies, but it's 78-67 now in favor of Mozambique.
Donge comes out, really standing ovation, really. We should give her a great game for her tonight. 24 points for Donge.
Sorry, 78-66. Good play by Mafanella up ahead to Seda, and that might just be it. 14 points to lead. Awad. One last shot, and she misses the layup. So that is how it finishes. A lot of drama, but in the end, Mozambique deserving winners, and it's been a really good basketball game, a good quarterfinal. Not many people expected to see Egypt here. They made it, but they have fallen to Mozambique 80-66. Mozambique advanced to the semifinals. Well, a 14-point win for Mozambique, and they have clinched their spot in the Olympic pre-qualifiers. They will now try to get to the podium. They've got 2 games to play with a chance to get to the podium, playing the semifinal. And Azania with Mozambique, you know, the possibility is there. I don't think, obviously, anybody could ever look past you once you get to the semifinals, but if you look at the numbers, and especially the rebounding, when that comes up, that'll tell a story.
Yeah, the rebounding they killed them on, and also just, you know, in the paint as they close down there on the baseline. Good for them. But the rebounding, there it is, 49 total rebounds. Just outworked Egypt from every aspect. You know, the turnovers, both teams quite even, but for me, really, Mozambique's looking impressive. As you get to this point in the tournament, you really want to be playing your best basketball, as Donge has 25 points, unstoppable, really. They are in a full groove, playing really, really well as a joint unit and a good team win. So they must be feeling good. They need to rest, recuperate, start to scout. As we see the top scorers, Donge and the Hedi, the superstar of Egypt, you know, kind of fell off a little bit, but no Ava, she always has a highlight. She has 17 points, and Musa comes out also. You know, you see hugs and kisses and great feeling from Mozambique. They've worked hard, and they're into the next round.
Well, again, you want to really highlight some outstanding play. Mukauro was terrific. Infield Mukauro, 16 points. She was 7 of 16 from the floor, 6 of 12 inside the arc. She made a three-pointer. She had 10 rebounds. She had a couple steals. She provided a lot of energy, and she played a game-high 37 minutes. So she rarely came off the floor. And congratulations to Coach Martinez as Mozambique punched their ticket to the last four. So they know they'll be in the top four. They know they'll be in the pre-qualifiers and for the Olympics. Now it's just a matter of who are they going to play next. I'm guessing they'll stick around. At least the coach will stick around and watch tonight Senegal when they play their games against Angola. So Egypt, they took us on a fun ride. They really stunned Cameroon to make it into this game. And even today, after falling behind, they never gave up. They battled back. They fell behind by 19. They got it all the way back into single digits, down to, I think it was 7 points. But they just did not have quite enough to overcome this excellent Mozambique team. And more important than anything for Mozambique was their focus, their intensity, and I think their relentlessness inside on the offensive glass. And that was ultimately what got them to this double-digit win over a really decent Egypt team in the end. So you're hoping that Egypt will be able to build on this experience at the Afrobasket. I'm sure they've still got one more game, and they will be bringing everything to the table they can in a bid to get to the the Olympic pre-qualifiers with the African team. So here we are, 2 games down, both Nigeria and Mozambique winning quarterfinals to advance to the semis. Next up, it'll be Mali and Cote d'Ivoire, and that'll be followed by Senegal, Angola. The winner of that game will take on Mozambique here at the FIBA Women's Afrobasket 2019 semifinals. More basketball coming your way here in Dakar.